Voila! Hey guys, how's it going? It's Miyoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. So, how are you guys doing? It's election day. Hi, Yoko. Hello. Is my setting all good? Like, I kind of came in a hurry. Let me check a little bit audio. Okay. Good. 太宰府市アバダイから見てます。ありがとうございます。いつもありがとうございます。はい。Okay. Oh, I get rid of the comment. Okay. So I'm watching some coverage on our TV show here in Japan. It's talking about MAGA candidates. I wish I could show you guys what I'm watching, but due to copyrights, I can't. And sorry. But anyway, hello Yoko-san, hello. Streaming outside of the weekend. Yes, but it's an important day, you know, and American politics or election, especially, it's not only a matter of American people, it does affect the world so much, you know, because America is the biggest country in the world, now threatened by China. So now it's a critical time and it matters more than before. So that's why I am extra, I don't know, aware, I would say. 三重県から見ています。おお、ありがとうございます。ようここんにちは、or こんばんは。It's こんにちは。It's past noon, almost 1 p.m. Yeah. Okay. Midterms are still going even after polls close, still counting. Oh, really? Arizona is the most anticipated news. We are waiting on who wins. Yeah, yes. Weren't there some complications on voting in Arizona? Like I saw some like oh it has begun or something like that. Like there were some troubles that I saw. コインランドリーの中から見ております。びっくりした。なんかコインランドリーの洗濯機の中から見てるのかとイメージしてしまう。違いますね。コインランドリーのその空間の中から見てるんですね。ありがとうございます。貧乏独身おじさん。あららら。そんなこと言わないで。大丈夫ですよ。あ、でもなんか満喫してそうな名前ですよね。はい。Florida and Ohio are heavily Republican winner. Awesome. Yeah, I saw that Marco Rubio won already. What else? Oh, and DeSantis. Did he win? He won, right? Yeah, like I think I saw him re-elected, right? Okay. Hey Yoko, hello. I hope Carrie Lake wins. Yes. Me too. Like I'm very like I love her. You know, I don't know much about her to be honest, and I shouldn't love her, you know, without enough information. But like sometimes when you look at a person, you can just tell, you know. And she's very smart. Like I can see that Carrie, is it Carrie? Carrie or Carrie or Carrie? I don't know the pronunciation. In Japanese, her name is Katie. I don't know. But she's very eloquent. And I think that she's using the term that MAGA supporters love, such as fake news and so on. And she's intentionally doing that. Like, I can see that. And, you know, she's down to earth because she's so used to, you know, being on camera and so forth. And it's so like when you look at her, you feel like, oh, like very, I don't know, like she's down to earth and you feel it too, you know, watching her, unlike Biden, you know, let's put it that way. Like when you look at Biden, like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like maybe he wanders off camera and or maybe he starts talking about his son who is not dead but as dead, and we all get confused. So but you know, looking at Carrie, like we don't get confused like that. Like she's so awesome. 名古屋から、ありがとうございます。名古屋結構ね、ゲームの知り合いが多いですね、名古屋。いいですね。名古屋行ってみてえなってちょっとなんか素の日本語が出るとね、急に柄悪くなるんですけどね、私ね。 ヤンキー言葉で喋っちゃうんですよね。全然ヤンキーじゃなかったんですけど、むしろ優等生チックな見かけでね、モテないタイプでしたけれどね。まあ、anyway, Arizona has too many vote watchers for anything fishy to get by this time. Oh, yeah. Wasn't that like I remember is it 2 years ago in 2020? I saw the controversial place that where they were counting the votes, and like people were trying to look in and they didn't let you see. And yeah, but that's good that they're now there. My question for Americans though is that the one of the biggest differences between Japan elections in Japan, my country, and America is that it is the funding. You know, a lot of money is involved in the U.S. elections. And somehow the voting system and the technology regarding voting hasn't improved, or is it? Like I feel like the same problems occur every time, and every time either side complains but it's not solved. But I have a feeling that America is one of the top countries when it comes to technology. It's like number one, I would say. And also they have lots of finance to support that, but somehow the system is not good enough. And so I'm like, why? I'm a little distracted by the TV because they're covering the midterm elections, and they invite experts and commentators, and it's funny because sometimes we forget, at least me, I forget that, oh, I'm Japanese, right? But I'm watching the election like I'm American or something. I don't know if it's good or bad. The complications were about the machines not working inconveniently on election day. So it may cause people to give up and go home, but Trump and Kerry Lake told all to stay in line and vote, of course. And the I don't know, could I wonder if they could change it on the spot, like maybe they can just write out the name on the paper. Of course, the frauds could happen, but I don't know. I don't know. See, like I don't understand how that can happen. I mean, I bet that the Republican side would assume like, oh, maybe it's intentional that they broke, but it seems that the Dems fired up their base so much that both sides are at a stalemate. The only state that might flip is Georgia and maybe Arizona, but it's very close. I was watching Fox News a little bit, and I saw them talking about how some MAGA candidates were boosted by Democrats because it's like backfiring, for them, because they talk like Democrats, especially Biden, demonizes MAGA supporters. Like MAGA supporters, they are patriots and they're Americans. And Biden, when he became the president, at his inauguration, he said unity, right? And he keeps bashing the Trump Republican supporters or Trump supporters in general, MAGA supporters. And I'm like, where's unity? Like he is dehumanizing the Republican side and talks about democracy. Like, no, that's not how it works. If you are in for democracy, you have to accept everybody, as humans and your citizens, and then count the votes, right? And it's crazy that Americans have to deal deal with that level, you know. Oh man. Now they are talking on TV here about Ukraine. McCarthy talking about how American people will not like to keep spending money in Ukraine. Oh gosh, I remember this guy, the expert. Like people like the commentators and experts on TV, they're bad. They're not good, and these people brainwash our people. They're with their poor information and analysis, and we are in a vicious cycle. Our biggest fear is who counts votes. Yeah, how much could they cheat to try and keep as much power in their position? Yeah, I'm really sad that Illinois is a mess right now. Huh? It's not looking good at all. Oh no. I saw the where was that? There were like two black candidates. I mean, from both sides, Republican Party and the Democratic Party. I forget his name. It was a simple name though, but he's losing, and I was sad about it. I'm glad my governor won, Greg Abbott. Abbott sounds familiar. Like, actually, I should use my iPad. We should- Texas governor. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Kerry Lake's campaign didn't go anywhere till Trump endorsed Trump power. Yeah, one of the things that we need to pay attention to in this election that I hear is that, how many of Trump endorsed or Trump backed candidates win, right? Out of all the people that he endorsed. That's I'm interested in that also because the TV here was saying that the polls at the voting place, the media asks you after you vote, and that poll shows that not many people, you know, actually support Trump, but Trump-backed candidates are winning. Like I want to see the analysis. Ohio, Ohio. Hey, Yoko, if you want, you can go to the channel Anthony Brian Logan, who is observing the election results. Why not go check him out now and see if you want to learn how he explains it? Oh, I would. What? Yeah, they're talking about the election now. Let's see. Let's see if I can. Uh, YouTube renewed. I don't care. I don't like. I want to look at this laptop that I'm looking at, but at the same time, it would overheat too. Let's see. Anthony Brian Logan, producer. Maybe. Wait, which one? YouTube. Probably this one. Let's see a little bit just to see. I hear lots of commentary everywhere, like from the TV and from my laptop. Carrie previously reported news and she was very base, much common sense even then. Oh, even then. Cool, 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 cool. Like she was oh now I see the black guy. The guy that you But yeah, Carrie, like I heard that she basically started to love Trump after she interviewed him. That's what I heard here. Yeah, I want to watch this, but it overheats on my laptop. Man, I need an iMac. I used to have one, but it's out of order now. Hi, Yoko. Greetings to all from the country of the living sky. This will be an interesting night. Yeah. By the way, did you guys see the moon last night or this morning for you? I guess I don't know how it works. Did you see the moon? It was so beautiful. The eclipse. The expense in U.S. elections is advertising and politicking of the two parties, not in the actual machinery of the election. Couldn't they like invest though? Like here in Japan, we use a certain machine to count the votes. Like at first we write all the names. It's the same in all prefectures, but in all elections. But oh, now they're showing the Carrie like video, like she destroying the TV. But anyway, yeah, we it's a common machine in Japan, and so probably the company that made that machine is so rich. But yeah, they're using this to like we put the ballot paper, and it automatically just sold out. And then sometimes there are mistakes, so we check by hand. And so yeah, and I'm like, what? Japan can do that, but why not America? And the my point is that it's like it can you can do that because you have the technology and you have the money, and it's about how you do it. And why not do that? Let me listen to this a little bit. They're talking about Carrie Lake. Criticism on Biden. Trump's economy was good, but after Biden came, it was destroyed. And it's her words, Carrie Lake. Clear politics, 50.8% Lake, 47 Hobbs. Hobbs? Hmm. しかもこのレースなんていうのはトランプさんが出馬した時の副大統領候補になってるんですよ。この人じゃないかと。トランプさん。she is. She's rumored like that she would run as vice president with Trump. Is there a rumor like that? I really like when I see Carrie Lake, I feel like she could be the first female president, and that's the impression that I get. Like she's just so good, appearance and everything. Like I don't know her conservative ideology though, and that's something I'm interested in to learn. But just her appearance and how she does her job and so on, and she's pretty political, using the young supporters in her office for promotion, social media promotion and so on. And also like she knows what to talk about, like her talking points for meant for her supporters. It's very like well planned, and I can see that because I know politics. But when I went to my voting station, the people walking out complained that they didn't even ask. They didn't even ask for an ID. Oh, man, that's crazy. That's super crazy to my Japanese mind. We are so like Japanese people are so manual based that we never break our rules. Usually, like when it comes to elections and so forth, like they're all bad people, but like the process and everything we usually follow. So all of the money spent on the advertising on technology, yeah. Plus, U.S. elections are very decentralized compared to most of the country, yes, which increases overall costs. Huh? It affects the cost. True, because there are more things that you have to do. Oh, now they're talking about Taylor Green. What? She's giving away a gun while Joe Biden broke America's pledge. Nancy Pelosi is sneaking the blood. I can't read. Man, she's awesome. Socialism, and she's like, bam. That's awesome, man. Like I love America's, like I just said, like advertisement is very such a thing in America, but you guys do it very very well. It's so America. That like if you do that here, people will bash you, like saying that you're not taking it seriously. So it's amazing that this is how it is in America. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let me skip a bit. The two black people running I know for Herschel Walker. Oh yeah, Walker. I think Walker was the name. Isn't he losing? Sometimes I get confused with R and L because I'm so Japanese. Herschel Walker. How is he doing? Like I can't really tell. Is it 49%? Wait, the Democratic Party guy is 48%. Oh, he might win. Like the number changes a lot, so I don't know. Most people I talk to are already tired of spending money in Ukraine. Even people that want to support Ukraine, seems it's a waste, especially with how corrupt Ukraine is. My understanding is that it's limit, like it's how do you say, like you, there's no end to it, like it's endless to support Ukraine like this because Putin is threatening with his nuclear weapons, and by that we cannot go in to attack their homeland. And but that's what we need to do, you know, in order to win a war. Like you have to attack the mainland, but we can't. And that's why we are protecting, like we are on a defense side, and that's not gonna get us anywhere unless Russia, you know, collapses from within, which is kind of happening. I feel terrible for Russian soldiers because there, this one incident that I saw on the news was that the Russian soldiers, they were giving one scope in one team, and that was like 30 people. Like it's a group of 30 people, and they only had a one scope, and others have to dig with their hands, and they were told to dig like a fortress, but like you have to just dig and make a zone for them to hide right on the ground, under the ground. But they couldn't, and then Ukrainian soldiers found them and just shot them to death. And like they're on the battlefield, you know, without enough weapons and protection, like Russian soldiers. And even though I don't like Russia, and that I don't I can't accept any of the actions that the country is taking. Citizens are citizens, and soldiers are like soldiers. They are just citizens of Russia, and I just feel bad that their lives are used like this just to be the wall for Putin. No Mac Windows, because I use iPhone, so it's better that way. Like I miss Windows too, but like the problem of Windows that I have is the virus and so on. That I don't know how to protect my computer. Okay, now they have shifted to. Oh yeah, let's look at NHK because it's one every hour starting like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They're gonna air like 15 minutes. Hmm. 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 Nevada. Okay. How many would Republicans would take in the Senate? I wonder. Man, Biden keeps lying about the economy. I wonder how American people, including Democrats, receive that. Like he is so good at talking but not walking at many levels. But wait, it's too loud. Hmm. You can use your phone to watch him while focusing on us with your laptop. No, I'm using my phone as a camera. Doesn't work that way. Uh. Let's see. I'm from LA. Nice. Man, I want to go to many places in the US, but I don't know how and when. When I was younger, like I've been to the US twice in my life, and both times I just, took a part time job for a short period of time and I saved up and just left for America. And that's what I did when I was younger, but I'm older now and I don't have the guts to do it. I'm not energetic enough now. Oh man. Arizona and Pennsylvania are gone states. They run their election like a third world country. Yeah, that's what I feel. I think Republicans will take the House and Senate and making Biden a dummy president. Do you think even Senate, like I know that they're gonna win majority in what's called like the House, but man, I'm getting hungry. Huh. Now our cabinet chief, what's it called? I always get mixed up the Kukambojokan chief. Chief cabinet secretary was just on the news, like from here, saying that the election results will not affect our alliance between Japan and the US. It actually doesn't, though. You know why? Because just how it is. Like, it's the system, even under Biden, uh it's the same. Even under Obama it was the same, and that's good for us. We are very thankful. But I feel like, Biden missed two major opportunities to show America that the country is still strong. One was when Nancy Pelosi went to Taiwan. Like it might not have been a good idea, considering the threat of rising the threat rising from China. um, like it, because of her action, her travel to I mean her trip to Taiwan did like fast forwarded the clock for the war, it's said often, and I do see the point, but at the same time, um after Nancy Pelosi did go to Taiwan, Biden administration could have just supported her, and show that, America is just, we have the freedom to visit Taiwan and so forth. Like they could have said that, and there were many things to support her action, but they did the opposite. The Biden or the White House, they didn't like that, and they were openly showing that, showing that the American policy or the I don't know, like the politicians are not listening, to the leader, and just showed how weak Biden is as a leader, and that was bad. Another time was the state funeral of our former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. When the state funeral was held, Biden could have come here and show the alliance and strength that we have together, but he didn't even come. He did have the time and energy to go visit the UK when uh her majesty the Queen Elizabeth passed away, but he didn't come here, you know and he lost this good opportunity for him to show the presence of America, and that was bad. uh, 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 uh. The Georgia senator race has 50% of the votes in order to win. 50%, okay. If both candidates are below 50%, they have to have a runoff in December, I believe. Oh, I see. In the First World War, Russia fought Germany with only about half the army actually having guns. Yeah. Yeah, like we're surprised that Russia is not as strong as we thought they were. Doesn't mean though that, for example, I come from Japan, and Japan, as for Japan, our islands were just taken over by Russia. Our northern islands were just stolen from us by Russia, and they still has those islands. And we have like Kuril Islands, that is Japan too, but we have to give that up to Russia. So we are actually losing against Russia. So no matter how weak they are in Ukraine, like as a Japanese citizen, I can't really look down on Russia because we are losing. You know what I mean? So yeah, but we did win though against Russia in 1905. Yeah, love you, Yoko. Thank you. Love you guys too. Projections say Republicans will have between 53 and 60 in Senate. Senate is 100, right? 100 out of. Wait, that's a lot. Huh. I may have a way to help you travel around my country. How do you feel about road trips? I was driving, but it's a little fun. I bet it would be, but I'm not really an outgoing person, and I'm terrified of public bathroom. I mean restrooms. Even in Japan, I don't like to go do my business in public because I'm so scared. Like I'm terrified of germs and everything. And that's why I don't go out as much as I should. I'm missing all the opportunities though. And I know that, but like it's a curse in my dad's side of family. My grandma, my dad's mother, lost her baby at a young age, and she thought that it was due to hygiene problem, and then she became like a really clean freak, and then that was passed on to my dad, and I was brainwashed by him. And all the imagery that I have in my head, it's not helping, you know. But yeah, usually America is a road trip. Yeah, but just to visit America, you need a lot of money, like for the airplane tickets and just for the food and so on. Especially right now, our yen is weak, so not that time, I guess. I hope that this will be fixed soon, though. Yeah, it'd be nice to go to America. I really want to go so that like the I've been to America twice, as I said, but like I was very young, and I was back then I was not very interested in politics, and so I didn't know how like I didn't really know about America, with its history and values. And also I didn't know what was going on in the country, and I sure didn't really care about the difference in each state, but now I do, and I have friends in America too, and I'd like to visit and see what it's like, with my grown up eyes. Like I bet that things will look differently. Yeah, foreign policy is usually the jurisdiction of the deep state or uniparty. What is such a big word? The most delicious natto in Japan. There was a contest. Shuri, shi, shi. Oh, 管轄権限所管. Wow, that's such a big word. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, like they have built up their system. I have seen somewhere that the US is looking at reducing military size in Japan. I believe the US was cutting the amount of jets from 100 plus down to 60 plus. I'm not 100% on the quantity. What to take? Um, it's what, as Japanese, what we care about is like where they are going, how do I say? So the threat of China is rising and it's getting realistic. So what's happening now is America reducing the US military soldiers in Okinawa, and they are retreating them back to Guam, and so that they don't get attacked by China directly, because it's getting so realistic that, and Americans, like America, as a country, don't want to lose the soldiers, so it's very minimum, I think. And I think that's where that is coming from. And I hear that it's because the threat is real, and but at the same time, though, of course, like America has all the vessels and aircrafts, and they are still using Okinawa base. And of course, there are like navy and so on in Nagasaki Prefecture also. It's a bit north though, like my island, Kyushu Island. But yeah, we still have the bases, and in cooperation with the Japan Self Defense Forces, we can fight, but I guess that the just tactics are changing accordingly to what's happening, so even though the us is adjusting their deployment and so on, the Japanese side is talking about like we put what to wear, our weapons, and also we are buying like missiles from America. Like we want to buy Tomahawk from America, and it was declined before, like on a different occasion, but I think we are buying this time. Like we are trying. Oh, super chat! Thank you for your super chat. Is it one? Really great to see you live at noon. Keep up the good work and have a great one. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm very looking forward to the election results, and yeah, just looking ahead, I guess. Thank you. You too have a great day or night. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. By the way, my husband, I think, is out to exercise or something. When I got out of the shower, he was gone. It's like, my husband is willing to, go out with me, to take a walk or go shopping or whatever. But I'm always like, just lay. Anyway, how far did I go? Wait, I went up too much. Oh, I was making a sound shh, and I remember. I watched those YouTube channels that teach English, and they often like Japanese channels, but they teach English to Japanese people, so they are in English, but they make shorts videos, and they were making fun of the sound and how Japanese people get upset, or like we don't know what's going on when Americans go like psst, like we don't know the sound, And the comment section was funny because, um, oh, like I was actually, you know, being spoken to by Americans when that happened, So like the shorts video was like this female, this English speaking one is talking to this Japanese one, and so she makes the sound to him like constantly, but he is like, oh, I hear a weird sound, and he doesn't react to that. So that was funny. Anyway, I have seen somewhere that the US is looking at. Oh, yeah, I read that. Sorry. Miami Dade going Republican is huge. Miami. Banzai. Banzai. Republicans just won in Ohio? Ohio is. What? Is it a Democratic state? I don't even know. Ohio, Ohio. What? That's not the way to. What? Ohio midterm. I don't even know how to Google. Senate, Senate. Like I don't. Wait. Let's. Firstly, I need to learn the pronunciation of Senate. Senate. Okay. Senate. Senate. Uh, Vance. Oh yeah, Vance. That's right. That's his place. 53% Vance. Nice. Congratulations, Ohio. Yoko, let us hope that the left never wins in Japan. In Japan, you know, all our parties are a little bit left biased, because it's just how our post-war, like post-World War II regime is. It's just how our country is after losing a war, and just what happens, right, when you lose a war. But LDP, our current governing party, is said to be a conservative party here in Japan because it's left biased, and it's not really conservative, but it is conservative in our society. And they have had, like, they've been in power for such a long time now. I feel like there were some times socialist, actually they teamed up with the Socialist Party, I think, like when I was in back in elementary school, so I don't really know what it was like. But yeah, usually it's the Liberal Democratic Party, and if not, sometimes like there was a time that we passed our administration to the Democratic Party here, but we learned in the dark 3 years that it doesn't work. So like I guess we are traumatized by that, And the Abe administration was really good. It lasted the longest in our history. So I guess that gave common sense to the majority of Japanese here. How is Carrie Lake losing in Arizona? Is she losing? Let's see. Is she losing? It does say right now, just Googled, so Google information. I don't know where they are taking this information from, but it says 56.9% Hobbs and Carrie Lake 43%. What? What? Really? Do you think that it depends on like how much they opened the votes, like how many they counted? But how much it's they've opened 47%. It can still change, right? Hmm. Let's see. Love the light green shirt, Yoko. It's like a gar. Thank you. I wanted to wear something a little like you see this red collar. I wanted to wear something different, but I washed it, so I didn't have that. But yeah, this is, man. Guess how much this was? I guess it was like $5 or something. It should be definitely less than $10. Why? Because I I bought it at like a recycled shop, like it's or second use. So somebody probably wore this before me, but it was clean and everything. So I'm like, who cares? I I'm no, I don't know how to say, like, I, I don't spend much on luxury stuff, and I try to find cheap stuff, good quality. Like my earrings, they were like $3. But I wear it with confidence, so people assume it's expensive. I'm awesome. Anyway, Miami-Dade, country in Florida. Oh, okay, okay. Ohio, GOP. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you. Like I love America, but my knowledge is still limited, and my husband knows well because he reads newspapers every single day. He has read for decades, so he has lots of information, but not me. And he's not here right now with me, so usually I just ask him, right? But he's not here. He's like today he was like, "Oh, I'm going out because I think that you will be bothered by me or something like that." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Yoko-san, konnichiwa, konbanwa. Konnichiwa, konbanwa. Carrie is not losing. Stop listening to Obama media. Obama media. Yeah. She's not losing. Okay. Republican J.D. Vance wins U.S. Senate race in Ohio. Yes. Yoko konbanwa. Why are you all like? Why are you all caps? Like it's big letter. Ohai gozaimasu. Yes, 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 yes. Rashina. Yes. Okay. So how's it going? Let's check out Twitter a little bit. Let's see. Our Japanese expert saying, talking about Marco Rubio, third term. He's there's a caption that our expert on American politics just used. The caption for Marco Rubio is the man that CCP wants to make him lose the most. Like Marco Rubio is so critical against China, right? So he's actually very, very popular among the conservatives in Japan. Before Trump came, Rubio was somebody that we all hoped that will become the president of the U.S. So like he's very popular. But I know that you guys call him Rhino and everything. But yeah, very interesting. Oh, good argument on Sankei Shimbun. Our expert on self-defense is saying that we shouldn't change the way that we count our defense budget. Um, right now, the Japanese government is saying that like we have to renew our um, defense document by the end of this year, and so they're talking about national security issues a lot, like how to how to manage our budget, and that's something that the government keeps talking about, has kept talking about. And in the middle of that, former Prime Minister Abe was shot to death. So like that's, I don't know if that's a coincidence. So there's still a lot to talk about, but we haven't even begun the court of the suspects, so we can't talk about that. But anyway, as for defense budget, the government all of a sudden started to say that we should adjust um, our budget to 2% of GDP, just like NATO, and that's good, until then. But then they started to say that we should change our way, like how we sum up the budget, in the same way as NATO does. So it's they are including like what's called a Coast Guard and so on to our defense budget too, but it was not included before. So basically, like they're lying, that they're making it seem like we increased our budget, but we are not increasing. It's just mixing things up. So our expert is saying like, oh, we shouldn't do that. So that's good. Abbott wins. Let's see. I'm just scrolling down to see any updates. Sarah Huckabee. Oh yeah, what happens to Sarah Huckabee? Republican Sarah Huckabee Sanders elected as the first woman governor of Arkansas. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. Man, I'm getting hungry. Okay. If there's any news that I should be following, let me know. Oh yeah, and Twitter. What's happening to Twitter is a big controversy here in Japan as well. So we keep talking about Elon Musk and how Twitter is, and the thing is that even in Japan, Twitter was pretty liberal, and we were upset that, for example, our trend hasn't been, or the news tab, I think, yeah, the news tab isn't updated. So there's this idol, like a famous guy or musician or an actor, like his birthday was November 3rd, and the news tab of Twitter keeps saying that it's his birthday today, and it's been days, and we were upset, like, oh, even that is something that they were manipulating, and yeah, and all the topics like viral tweets and so on, like they were manipulating because now we see different things than before. And so, yeah, and I'm not a tech person, so I don't know how much of what people are saying now is true. Like, I can't tell, but that's what I hear, that like we are realizing that it's all like it was all manipulated on Twitter. Hi, Yoko. Hello. I heard that Japanese Twitter suddenly got less political after Elon Musk took over. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Oh, Arkansas, right? Because in Japanese it's Kansas, I think. Arkansas, Arkansas. Man, American English pronunciation is so weird sometimes. Like we get, yeah. Someone was making a video about how when what is called wait, I always forget small words. Consonant. So in a word, when there is three consonants, among one word, there's three consonants in a row. Then you skip the sound or something like that. So they were explaining that, and I got very confused. And there are many similar things, like that. And the where you emphasize or stress, it can be like what you don't think it would be. So sometimes Robert Francis O'Rourke. I can't read. Lost. Who is that? Robert. Man, that's such a long name that I can't even remember. Francis. Oh yeah. Beto Oluku. Is this someone? El Paso? Oh, he was a Democratic Party and he lost. He was only 43. And oh, yeah, as opposed to Greg Abbott, I see. Oh, Texas, Texas. Okay, okay, okay. Huh. Oh, Super Chat. Let's go with Super Chat first. I have to be up for work in 5 hours. Oh, but the usual. Especially in Iran, I got something hot there. Huh. Interesting. There are four lights. I don't understand the lingo, but thank you always for the usual. The usual. Yeah. So cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Another super chat. Your thoughts about the yen falling? Are people worried in Japan? Rather than being worried, we are complaining. But at the same time, Japanese people, we are not good at expressing anger or frustration, and we just live with it, and rather than fighting to the outside, we fight within, and we just try to, like, we accept the premise and try to manage by our own and get wiser. And that doesn't of course it doesn't solve the social problem, but that's how we do. Like, we think of how to cut the expense, and we try to think of what kind of opportunity we can use to, get the, like, take advantage of any government money and so on. So yeah, it's our attitude is not helping. But the yen falling, it is a big big issue, just like in America. There's they keep talking about inflation. Same here. So we are talking about the bad inflation, and especially what we are coming to realize is that our salary, hasn't gone up, especially compared to other developed countries. So if you compare, then we realize that we are becoming poor. And because right now, especially the situation right now is, the yen is weak. So our TV the other day was covering that the story that our young people are going to Australia and making money there. So what is it called in English? So migrant worker. And that's awful to hear. Like, when we hear migrant worker, we imagine like Filipinos in Japan or Chinese in Japan and that sort of things. But like, Japanese people are working in Australia. I don't know the number though. They were just focusing on a few Japanese workers there, and how they are taking advantage of this situation. Like, they know what's happening, so they're being wise about it. Oh, let's go overseas for now and make money and come back, right? So that's what I saw. But it's pretty rare though. Like, we have a life here, so usually people don't leave. But yeah, stuff like that. Thank you for your question. Yeah, that's an important thing to think about. The problem of Japanese conservatives, so including me, is that we are all about national security and conservatism in ideology. So we are very, when it comes to economy, our understanding is very very poor. So that's why our economy, like our policies, in economy is bad. And like right now, we know that our government is not dealing with this situation very well. But conservatives, we don't have enough knowledge to criticize. You know what I mean? There are some experts that know, and they try to give the correct information and the way to look at it and so forth, but they're the minority. And usually conservatives, even conservatives, like, we just lean in with power. So yeah, it's man, our conservatives here are very very different from America. Like I when I picture conservatives in America, like I picture like grassroots movement and very powerful voice in limited media, and yeah, people are fighting, but here people are fighting, but in national security and also not much identity politics, but we have war guilt imprint, just like white guilt imprint, we have war guilt imprint. So we are fighting against that. So like historical issues and territorial issues and that sort of things. So not much economy and so on. But anyway, how far did I read? Mm, 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 mm. US election news is not affecting belief in US Japan relation. No, it's not affecting at all. Yep, yep. Mm. President legit Trump, the second coming in 2024. Yeah, he's gonna announce on November 15th, right? Is it really about he's running in 2024? The timing of his his announcement ish statement was interesting, that he did that right before this midterm election. Yeah. And as I said before on my live stream, some were showing yeah, it was our TV here that covered some of the Republican supporters, Republican Party supporters from America. They showed the footage of them saying that Trump, um, they don't support Trump because if Trump comes in the picture, then Democrats can bash him very massively, and then that can make a bad consequence. That it's if Trump is there, then the left side can unite better, and also yeah, it creates problems, and I can see where they are coming from. But I personally love Trump though, and I'm very just impressed by how powerful he is, even after all the problems that he had to face. You know, man, like there's nobody like that here in Japan. Like our Shinzo Abe was close to him, but not as powerful. What's interesting though is that I heard about how Trump changed his attitude towards DeSantis, and and Trump tends to do that. Like with Steve Bannon, like he was in a good relationship, but then he changed. And Mike Pence, of course, Mike Pence did. He's a politician, so he came from like I could see where Mike Pence was coming from, but the relationship between Trump and Mike Pence got bad at one point, and I see that sort of things happening. And then I realized that Trump is a businessman. He's a business minded person. Because politicians, we don't want to. I'm not a politician, but like in politics, like we don't want to make enemies. But I guess that Trump being very powerful with money and status, that's how he works. Though he's so good at pressuring people and so on. Yeah, you're fired, right? So anyway, Yoko, what is your opinion of Shinjiro Koizumi? My reaction just says it all. Just by hearing his name, I'm shocked to see that he's anti-China and is a hardliner against them. Is he anti-China? I have no idea. What I know is that he's just he's a public figure for us to that states common sense as something, like he makes it seem like something amazing, but he's actually saying like common sense level thing. Like, you know, it's like there are like parody accounts too, making fun of him. But for example, what he would say, Junichiro Koizumi, is like, when you have money, you're rich. And that's like a super cool statement. But no, it's not, right? So he's known for that sort of, silly commentary that he makes. But yes, Junichiro Koizumi's son. Yes, another son of his is an actor and very famous too. So like rich politician family with our version of celeb in it. どうもありがとうございます。Yoko, you are a YouTube idol in America. Oh, thank you. I made a kimchi enjoy. Thank you. Kimchi ramen. Is that ramen? I have some like that here right now in the shelf. Yeah, it's very hot ramen. Yep. Okay, let's see. You will when you eat. um, Yoko-san, what do you think of the people in Massachusetts electing a proud lesbian to governor's job? Wow. Massachusetts. Like when I hear Massachusetts, I'm like MIT. Eh, well, I don't. What kind of state is Massachusetts to begin with? Like Healy. Oh, I hear her name. Well, let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, Wall Street Journal is like, please pay. Mora Healy. Publicly. Okay, let's read the English version. Sorry, I just checking out. Maura Healey wins Massachusetts governor race. Democrat Maura Healey won the Massachusetts governor's race, according to an Associated Press race call as polls close at 8 p.m. The Attorney General will become the state's first woman governor as well. Its first openly gay candidate elected to the office. She defeated Republican Geoff Daley, who was endorsed by former President Donald Trump. Oh, so he was backed by Trump, but lost to this gay candidate. Huh. Coming from Japan, you know, who's gay or not, like doesn't matter, it's not in our like religious belief. So it's like how we react is different from America, but in I just hope that she doesn't impose political correctness to the people, Like it's cool. I think it's cool that people can be open about their identity, but I'm like, just don't impose that to others, be aware that you are the minority. Being the minority isn't a bad thing. I'm the minority in my country. Like I do weird stuff. I'm interested in weird stuff too. And my gender recognition, even though I'm a straight woman, I don't get along with females and I have problems, on a daily basis. But yeah, but that doesn't mean that I want to change others, or change the society for it. Hmm. Man, our TV show just started to play the piano and started to do the exercise. Let me change that. I bet that Christian people receive it differently though. What is it like there? I'm checking to see if there are any news. No, they cover the most important thing. English is weird for us to read in some names and other words for the first time. Yeah. Don't try to make English fit with rules. Yeah. We have to, like, I have to just follow the custom, right, of English. Let's see. Let's go to the bottom because I'm so slow at reading. Trump has not been a kingmaker this midterm. Oh, he hasn't. That's what it shows, huh? The results is showing that. Massachusetts is liberal. Oh, okay. That explains. But how about New York? Is it gonna be flipped? Is it New York, right? Like so Japanese, like New York, New York, right? New York. What midterm? I feel so old. Like I don't know how to Google. What? How do I? Hmm? Why does it say that it's 25? Oh god, let's check this one. Hmm, not twinning. Okay, like there was like I heard that even in New York, there's a possibility that the Republican side can win. Hochuru. The names are so hard to read. Is projected to win governor. Okay, I see. Medieval is a weird word. Yeah, but it's cool. It's a cool word, though. Medieval. Man, I have a struggle with like a th sound and st sound. You know, station, student, store, like like I kind of feel embarrassed to make that sound because it's not in our language. You know, like I have to act like so American to make that sound like right, and it's hard for me. And th like throw throw away through ce through. It's very difficult for me. F, it's not too hard, but th and st, very difficult. Current generation of Japanese should have absolutely zero war guilt. People can't be blamed for things that happened before they were born, and post-war Japan has been the most powerful major power. Yes. And no, I think the most problematic part of the war guilt that we have is the narrative. You know, they talk as if Japan was an evil country. We weren't. You know, we were protecting ourselves from the all the strong nations in the world. And it was the time period, it was just war, you know, and it was just that period that we fought each other, and that's the language that we spoke back then. But people are talking about, like, of course winners write the history, you know, they justify, winners justify their actions. And also also we, especially as the time goes by, we talk about the past with the current premise, you know, of the current society. Like the technology is better, the atmosphere has changed, and the economy has been better for the most part. And so we talk about the past with the current premise, and that can create misunderstandings. You know, now they're talking about the midterms. Let me see. Where is this? I see. I can't take a picture because I'm using my phone as a camera. But Lots of red though. Let me listen. Man, he's young. The reporter is young. Ohio. So Vance made a speech in Ohio. Cool. He looks so American with a beard, big shoulders. He was Trump backed. Manufacturers in America will be restored. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, my husband is home. Okay. They worry Trump is too divisive. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I mean. Yes. Ah. He'll have a hard time running up given DeSantis' lopsided win and prospectively only one of his Senate candidate J.D. Vance winning. Hmm. Sad it's happening in Japan in 1980s. Japan was projected to be the second largest economy in the world. Yes. You know the big problem is that both America and Japan raised China economically using them as a factory. That was I think that's the biggest mistake of our history in both nations, in both in Japan and America. And it's rather that I think that Japan saw, America passing Japan and investing in China, and we wanted to compete to survive and competed to invest in China. And so the result came back to us as a nightmare. Pay close attention to Arizona and Pennsylvania. Lots of shenanigans going on in those states. Yeah. Well, yeah, what's happening in Pennsylvania? Always a swing state, right? Pens. わからない。見てみる。うん。How do I see, like, okay, let's see this one. Is it Democrats winning? Eh? No, yeah. 決まらない。Wait, man, I'm hungry. My stomach is making a sound. Georgia! It's 49% versus 49%. The same. 88% opened. What? I really want Walker to win. I like the Georgia election because both are black candidates, like nobody can complain. It'd be nice to have like the same race just battle each other. Oh no, Arizona, Mark Kelly and Blake Masters. He's losing so widely. It's Trump backed. It's funny because our TV show has a Trump picture on the Republican candidates, like some of them, to show that the candidate is backed by Trump. Hmm. Oh, did you hear the sound? I'm hungry. I'm in Los Angeles. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. My brother is trying to benefit from Yan's coronavirus volatility by trading it on foreign exchange markets. Ah, good idea. And also, you could come to Japan and buy our stuff. It's a win-win situation. You know, you get all the Japanese stuff for cheaper and for less money, and that gets our economy going. So, like, we would prefer to be bought by Western nations instead of China, of course, the human rights aggressors. They keep showing Nevada. Like every hour, they show a 15 minutes long show about midterms. So, New York will not flip. Okay. Hochuru. How do I read his name? Wait. Hoku. Hoku. I thought it was Hochuru. Hoku. Okay. And so it's a woman, right? Hokuru. Kathy Hoku won in New York.
ニューヨークの知事
うん。
知事
うん。
どっちが勝った？
これどっち？
ニューヨークの知事で共和党が勝った歴史的は。
いや、違う。民主党や。
しょうがない。
それだけなんかフリップしないって言ってる。Too many good New Yorkers moved to Florida. Man, look at what's happening to New York though. Like BLM was proudly saying defund the police and so on, and they're a sanctuary city. And I hear that the it's pretty dangerous now in New York. Oh yeah, like one of my viewers actually was from New York, and he said that he's moving to somewhere else. I think it was Texas or somewhere. Yeah, leaving New York, even though it's his hometown, because it's becoming dangerous, and that was kind of a long time ago too. Very interesting. Well, let's check out super chat. Thank you for super chat. Yay! Get a ham sandwich on me. Thank you. Man, I wish that $10 would give me a good, delicious one though. But yeah, I wish there was some sandwich place. Like wouldn't matter. Like it can be even Subway or whatever, but Subway is in the city, not here. Man, I. Oh, they're talking about the immigrant policy on TV right now. Thank you, though. I will be fed with your money. Thank you so much, always. Thank you for the super chat. Are there plans to recover the economy in Japan? Not real plans. I don't think. 日本の経済を回復する方法の計画がありますか？なんか計画、まあだから政府の方針だろうな。
まあ、この間発表されたように少し補正。
結局ばらまき系でもそれ。ばらまき系？
財政支出はしたけど、財政支出は
私は経済よくわからないですね。財政出動。Our government announced something recently, but it's not very dramatic though. But they did fiscal stimulus a little bit, but it's not powerful. Usually, it's like they kind of do something, but they don't do it much enough to be effective, if you know what I mean. So they give the performance that, oh, we are fixing and here is what we are doing, but they don't accomplish anything. Abe administration was good. Like, he had a real, like, our former prime minister Shinzo Abe, he had a real vision of what he called Abenomics, just like Legonomics, just taking the name from there. But yeah, so he had a vision. But for now, what some of the conservative people are saying is to get rid of our consumption tax and so on, or at least lower it. And what's interesting is that extreme leftists are doing saying the same thing, because they want, not because they want small government, but because they want to say opposite things from our government, and also they want to be supportive of those who are suffering economically, because um, that's where they get votes from. When the economy is bad, our leftist parties get votes a lot, because the leftists here care about those who are suffering, and they care about human rights and so on. So yeah, they appeal to those like socially weak people, if you know what I mean. Tashidele, Tashidele. I can hear his voice too. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you, thank you. Oh, super chat, thank you. I'm craving for some curry house Coco Ichibaya. Coco Ichibaya, nice. We don't go there much at all. I think I've been there like once or twice, but for me, I guess in that sort of places, I like Yoshinoya, Yoshigyu. I want meat. Yes. Thank you for your comments, guys. Let me go one by one. Did I skip earlier? I think I'm reading good enough, I guess. Oh, they're talking about Georgia 49 to 49. Hmm. Mm-mm. Mm. My husband was just saying that Georgia, like even the last, um, in 2020, the results didn't come in Georgia until way later, and it's the same right now. Like, it's so slow. Uh, so they might, it might not be, decided. Wait, I want to take a picture of that. No, that's a video. I feel like I feel like an old person. I click and it was video. 写真撮ったらビデオやった。Hmm. BOJ has been engaged in quantitative easing since 1989. You read that here, right? Hmm. なんか負けおるっぽい。ちょっと待って。Carrie Lake. My husband is worried about Carrie Lake. Yeah, she's losing, right? I mean, you don't know. Like, I got the comments like, oh, don't discourage. 今48%開票率、民主党が56.7、カリレイクが43。うん。ねえ。Arizona is not looking good though. Maybe it depends on how they count the votes. Like, yeah, like the areas and so on. It happens here too. Like when we are watching the election results. Like vote count. We are like, oh, we are losing, but then they open some area and it's like, oh, it changes all of a sudden. So, mm. Let's go down here. Going down. Hmm. Hoku, hoku. Okay. Stick the two of the tongue down behind the teeth. See the top of your tongue done behind the teeth and breathe out. Difficult. こんにちは。こんにちは。16分前でしたね。読むのが遅いので気づくのが遅いです。ごめんなさい。いらっしゃい。Nice manga hat there. Yes, this is from 2016. One of you actually sent me, so it's a real one. You know, I have a fake one too. Um, USA, and it's dirty. Sorry, my foundation is like here. It's dirty, but I love this hat. I wish that I could. I wish that I could buy all the election gears, but Trump, at least for Trump goods, only people in America can buy, and we can't purchase. So I want to use them in videos, but I can't. Biden vows to shut down oil and coal plants. Yeah, pretty dumb, right? That's what I have to say. Like, it's pretty dumb to shut down. It's same for America. It's oil and coal, but in Japan it's nuclear power plants. So they talk all that stuff about the environment or the danger or whatever. But we need to survive. You have to sacrifice somewhere while you develop a new technology, right? Before that though, like, I'm really sick and tired of environmentalists. Like, I care about the environment of this earth, of course, but when you look at China and India especially, the pollution to air or ocean or land, it's on a different level that, like, you probably don't even imagine. Like, in India especially, like, I saw with my own eyes that they just burn things, you know, just on the place, on the spot. They just burn their garbage. They burn the field to, I guess, to raise crops or something. And like lots of CO2 there. And it's sometimes when they, of course, when they burn the garbage, the gas can be toxic too, and people are suffering there. And all these environmentalists, they don't go to those places. They just go to developed countries and pressure the corporations, and that's not what environment activists do. It's what just lobbyists do. If you pressure corporations, like, we know what you are trying to do, it's not the environment that you care about, it's about politics, right? And I want to say that. I don't mind Japan having a military. Cool. Thank you. We need that voice. Biden vows to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, but all in coal plants here in the U.S. What a great place. Yes. Taking away the jobs of Americans. How smart and nice of him. Where's the unity in it? If you can't, like, at least I guess that if he could support all the workers even after they lose the job, then that would make sense. But just taking that away just because he wants to look or appear nice to his supporters, bad, really bad. Dr. Oz should win over the other candidate that had a stroke. Yeah, I keep seeing the name Oz. Hello, Tashidele. Tashidele! I don't know you are in Facebook Live too. You didn't know? Yes, I'm live streaming on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm not using Facebook too much though, because I really hated that Facebook doesn't allow me to um, get views when I put YouTube link in a post. When I post pictures that get the attention the most, it is reflected on people's timeline the most. And when I post YouTube links in my post, then it doesn't get many views or likes. And also, if I upload a video darkly, it doesn't get views either. Maybe it's my account because it's being attacked by leftists a lot. Like here, here leftists here in Japan, they've been trying so hard to bring me down, but or take me down, but it's not effective. But they could hurt the algorithm. I don't know. Georgia Senate will most likely have a runoff election since no one seems to reach 50% threshold. Yeah, it's called runoff. I see. Yeah, election again. The Republicans are losing Arizona. What news service are you watching? NHK, our public. What is it called? Public service here in Japan. Like we have to pay like a $10 a month for TV, like cable news. And so that's why there's a party that says that their party name, I don't know if it's back to their original name, but there's this party named Let's Destroy NHK, because it's basically a tax, like they get all the money, and the workers, they get paid so much, like so well. Of course, like our population is big, so if you get $10 from each of us or each family, man. Walker is going to win. Georgia Warnock. Oh, oh really? That'd be cool. I really want Walker to. It'd be nice to see that he wins. Just curious, one question, Yoko. Why Japanese ladies are not in the politics? If I'm not wrong, no, it's not only females. So, like, I guess men tend to know what's happening in society, but that is because they work more, more often, and that they have to know the premise of where they belong, right? So that can be the difference. But generally speaking, Japanese people are just not interested in politics, and that is because our country is safe. We don't have, like, it's we do have lots of problems. For example, our people are abducted by North Korea and they're still kept there for decades, and our national security is threatened by CCP, and we have territorial issues with Russia, China, and South Korea. But just, when you think about everyday life, um yeah, airspace is actually threatened too, because CCP and Russia aircrafts come in often, like every day. But anyway, but everyday life, we don't. It's just peaceful here, and the majority of us are Japanese, and we do have some small fights, but a small percentage of murders happen, but what we are concerned about is suicides rather. And so every day, like, all we think about is just work, go home, hang out with people or family, and just go to bed and repeat. So we don't have to think about politics, because we do complain to politicians, but then at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter for the majority of us. So if, let's say, for example, North Korea has been launching lots of missiles very, very often recently, So let's say that it fails somehow and it hits our land, then people might wake up a little bit, but we need to get repealed. Think a Republican won governor Georgia. Is it Georgia? All the Republicans moved out of New York City. Yeah, someone else said that. Yeah. Lots of California and New Yorkers are leaving. Yeah. California too, yes. Californians, lots of them went to Texas, right? But what happened to them afterwards though? Are they adjusting? I forget. I feel like there was a news about them like after they moved. Like I wonder if they are okay. Hmm. Hopefully the Republicans can make a miracle come back in Pennsylvania. Yeah. American left buys votes like that too. What? They can buy votes? Yoko-san, the biggest question, udon or soba? Udon. Udon. I don't get to eat soba much, even though I love soba too. And I love soba cookies. So good.よっこさん、お久しぶりです。お久しぶりです。会員は圧倒的ですが、上院が気になりますね。そうですね。上院がどうなることやらですね。1.99? ああスーパーチャットえ全部見てるつもりだが。あ、言った。ここ一番は言ったよ。Yes. Thank you all for your super chat. And what else? I have less faith in voting system. Yeah. Isn't it? I don't know. Like, Americans should be proud that the country is the biggest in the world and their technology is the best in the world and their voting system sucks. And so why? Just why? As for a voting system, Japan is the best, I'm proud of my country when it comes to that. And I wonder why it cannot be that way in America. There's what we hear often is that the literacy. Huh? おー、書き切らんて。だけど、もともと識字率の話はあったんやんか。So what we were hearing about the voting system in America, like why it cannot become better is because the literacy rate, how people, what we hear, here in Japan, is that because not all Americans can write alphabets. What do you guys think? And then my husband just said that it's especially recent years it's because of immigrants, because immigrants come in and they don't understand English but they go vote, and so punching is easy. Right? I don't know, you guys tell me. Make Japan yoke again, what does it mean? パンチはね、意味わからない。We hear about the punch. It's punch in English, right? But yeah, the whole, you don't know which. Sometimes you can't tell which one is voted. My husband says, if you can't write, then don't vote. Yeah. Get a PO box. We could send you stuff. Oh, I should. Yeah, that'll be fun to set up that. Yeah. And you can send me a computer too. Just kidding. Not really, but yeah. PO box. I should PO box. Sometimes writing it down is good. Oh, my husband has questions for you guys.
トランプが15日にね、
Trump,
そう15かな。
so so it might be November 14th for you guys, but it said that November 15 here in Japan. But
重大発表する
so there will be a huge announcement from Trump,
って言ってるけど気になってる
and is that something that interests you? Like, what's your take of that? What do you guys think about that? Trump's announcement on mid-November.
気になってるんや
Are people like curious about it? Like, is it a thing in America that people care about? Is that Hello Kitty wearing a MAGA hat? This is a dog. Hello Kitty.
あの絶対違うよ
It's a doggy. Shiba doggy. Shiba Inu. Yep. Mm. Environmentalists only care about taking whatever money they can to scam out of soccer. Yeah. Did you guys see? Like lately, of course, we see the young people, just spilling or smashing some stuff over our amazing artwork. But also, I saw in the protests in France, these these people in Paris, they wore the chicken head, chicken, and then they went into Burger King. It's so stupid. It's artsy though. Like if you shoot a movie like that, that's kind of badass. But in real world, it just looks dumb. How is that gonna change anything? Like, what a world we live in. Like, in order to change something, you have to pressure the right people. And just a store, in one area, if you do a protest there, that's not gonna do anything. The top people wouldn't care, right? Like, what are they doing? Seems to be rather rather uneventful midterm. I was hoping for more. I know what you mean. Yep. TV license. What about it? Facebook is a house throw website. No one hip in America uses Facebook. Yeah. I mean, people here don't really use Facebook anymore too, but elderly people do. And also, actually, like political people use it a lot, like conservative people, just because it can reach many people still here in Japan. And I guess that people just continue to use because there can be audience there, because we want to just reach out to anybody anywhere. Ted Budd in North Carolina, cold win, Senate sit. Nice. North Carolina. Nice. Yoko, what is your opinion on Komeito? They are the party in honor with the LDP. Are they good or bad? Bad. Really bad. They're one of the big reason why LDP cannot be conservative or strong against CCP, because Komeito loves China, especially the top guy. He loves and admires, like he's a pet of China. So even when we passed the security law back in 2015, the law was made to cooperate better with American military forces and so on, like foreign military forces. But Komeito put the conditions that weren't there. The conditions are there to not that came out with the way to limit our power or ability or our opportunity, with the conditions that, yeah, they just want to limit our power against China, because that's a request from China.
こういう課題。
mm,
とにかく日本で一番ね、
うん
親中派のね、
うん
政党なんだ。
uh,
リベラルよりもね、
mm,
左翼よりも親中なんだ。
My husband says that Komeito is the most pro CCP party in Japan, more pro CCP than liberal or socialist or communist. And they are in the governing side. It's the worst. Yes, yes. But the reason why we have to form with Komeito is because it's backed by a religious group called the Soka Gakkai, and their religion is so big that it's nationwide, and it's like in each area there are the believers or followers, and they are very passionate about doing political activism, like when it comes to especially elections, they go help, and so they have votes, and it's very solid, and you can go wrong with the support usually. So that's why LDP is using them. But in return, they have to listen to them, listen to their pro CCP rhetoric. So yes, we have lots of problems. So sometimes what happens is that, let's say that we wanted to pass this um, resolution to attack CCP basically, and we wanted to pass that in the national diet, but first it came from the governing side, like governing party came up with the idea, and the opposition parties approved, but then it came back to the LDP party, LDP and Komeito again, the governing side again, to check, like, at last. And then the Komeito um, executives, they were reluctant, so they try not to pass it and so on, like it happens often. So it's the governing party that we have problems with. John P. Johnson Walker needs 50%, or rather 50.1% to win nor to avoid runoff. Yeah, it's the same right now, right? I think there's a mix of adjusting and not for Californians going to Texas. You people gotta hit the like button for Yoko-san. Not just coming. Thank you for your support. Thank you, thank you. Yes, hit the like if you can. And I know you are already subscribed, but make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so that you get notifications. Voting is bad to allow for cheating because they want cheating to exist. There's a lot of shady stuff with the voting in the US. Oh yeah, World Cup is coming soon. Our match is this month, right? 今月あるっけ? Yeah, there will be. Oh yeah, it says November 23rd. ん?
日本はね、相手が強すぎるグループにいるから厳しい。
So Japan is good at soccer now, but there will be a FIFA World Cup match. But our league is so bad this time. Like every team is so strong that like,
全部負けるかもしれない。
yeah, we might lose in every single match. I agree with your husband. Thank you.
さっきのね。いや
Uh, 何だっけ
意味ね。
あ、意味ね、そういうことや。It's
だけど、
it's not a literacy, it's laziness, and or it allows people to manipulate the vote easier. Do you really think that it's for manipulation? I don't know about that. Cadillac tweeted 40 minutes ago. Code I can't read it. Country dropped a batch of election day ballots, and Cadillac won a whooping 73.9% of the drop. She's in a lead. What? Oh, I see. Like the English was difficult for me to read. I don't know. Well, which service should I be checking to see? Midterms election. Oh, now I see the Senate is 45. Both sides is 45. Hmm. Mm-hmm. On this one, is it Guardian? It's the UK, but Senate Democrats 47, Republicans 45. House Democrats 139, Republicans 171. Hmm. Right. These people do not care about what Trump will announce. I do care about. Yeah. Trump is definitely going to run, but I also think people are getting burnt out on politics. That can happen. Yes, very interested in Trump's announcement. Trump run uh, running is everyone thinking about from the most progressive to the most conservative. Yoko is Mizuho Fukushima an idiot? Yes, but she's she's like intellectual though. She's a lawyer and she is in a way smart. Just that her ideology is bad. You know what I mean? And it's just old fashioned. Like she comes from a older generation. So and I hear that she's naturalized too. I don't know about her background, but um yeah, she just loves Korea and she hates Japan. So that's where she's coming from. So, but we all know already like where she stands. So we don't really care. And she's only one person in the party, isn't she? Like, yeah, her power has shrunk. It's a big deal, and the media is definitely secretly wanting Trump back so they can have the headlines again. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's easier when he's around for the media. Definitely. Same here. When Shinzo Abe was around, that's all they did. Whether conservative leaning or left biased, the media always talked about our former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Like he was a news always. Even after he's gone from this world, they keep talking about him, especially the left biased media, talking about how bad the relations with the so-called unification church, the religion originating from South Korea. That's our controversy here. Van Gogh, they splashed soup over it. Yes. On the topic, people have nothing to fight for. We have it very good, and not many people have something to stand for anymore. Yeah, I get that. I feel like in developed countries, those who do like that sort of like harsh protests are extremists only. Just people normal people. We're just living the life. Zuckerberg is blowing all of his money on metaverse, which will ultimately fail. Do you think it will fail? I mean, yeah. I mean, Zuckerberg's service is something that, yeah, I don't really see the future. And did you see the avatar of his? I used to play with this. There was a time I was playing with Second Life. You know Second Life? It's from like what, like 2000? Huh? んアバター、そのアバターの話じゃない。My husband is like, oh, Avatar, have the movie. I'm like, I'm not talking about that Avatar. But yeah. So I used to play Second Life. You know that game. It's made fun of often, but the Avatar level has increased. Like it leveled up over the years, and that Avatar is way better than Zuckerberg's Avatar. Like it's so weird because everything is done already in in a Second Life, and now Metaverse is trying so hard. Like what's going on? Like maybe because they want to make sure that it can be attached to all the other services. That's why it's difficult. Like it's so weird. Like don't we have the technology already? Hmm. Otto-san is right. Literacy rate is lowest in California, 76%, and the highest in historical Anglo-Saxon white states. New Hampshire, 94%. Oh, interesting. Apparently, Japanese Twitter was set free of politics recently this past week. Yes, feminists had connections with the JP Twitter stuff, but thanks to Elon, it's completely rid of first political topics. Yeah, yes, it's all connected. I heard that Huffington Post is even connected and so on. So yeah, they're all tied up. I mean, not tied up. They have ties. Hmm. So it's good. At the same time, so like in Japan there was this huge YouTube channel called Toranamon News, but their sponsor DHC dropped that sponsorship, so it's gonna end or ended. So that was conservative leaning news outlet. I didn't like that news outlet though, and a lot of like true conservative people were not very fond of that channel, but regardless it was working in favor for us, like if you look at the big picture. So but anyway, so even on our side things are changing here and there. um, I feel like I don't know if you believe in spirituality, but if you look at the spirituality now, was it from, I think it was the starting from the end of 2020 that our stars changed, and now we are into the generation, or I mean era of wind. So those things that we can't see are powerful now, like it's dominated by that, instead of like it used to be like land power, I believe, that we had to build stuff up physically, and even careers like we had to build up, but now it's all flow, like the internet, the energy is all different, like it's all more about the flow and so on, and that's what I hear, and I feel like it's kind of true that we are changing our system into something totally different, and lots of movement is happening. All this establishment is starting to break down, and globalism, feminism, that sort of thing is kind of breaking down. Still powerful, but you know what I mean. Like people are more and more aware of what's going on. Tomiyasu is a good Japanese soccer player, but he's injured. Oh, okay. I hope, yeah, like what's crazy about in sports, the players change so fast, their peak is very limited. So if you don't watch for a decade, then things are totally different from what you used to know. So I don't recognize the players anymore. Like, yeah, I think I was watching the most when Beckham was, getting attention. So like when I was in junior high school, so that's like 1997 to 2000 something, I think. Mm. 座りますか? My husband is like, my husband doesn't have a place to sit because I'm occupying this place. Yeah. I think the majority of voting is okay, but I'm places where they can get away with cheating, they make things loose. Hmm. Soccer what? Japan is ascendant in rugby. Rugby World Cup to 2023. Yeah. I didn't know that Japan was strong in rugby. You know, I really enjoyed it the last time that was it the World Cup? Yeah, it was here. It was done here in Fukuoka Prefecture actually. Yoko, how true heck is Taro Aso still in power? That guy has stamina, yeah. How old is he? Isn't he like way older than Biden? Wait, first of all, how old is Biden? Biden is 79 right now, okay? And Aso Taro is 82. So same as Pelosi, maybe? Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, same. Taro Aso is the same age as Nancy Pelosi. That's kind of crazy to think about it. Isn't it weird when you think about stuff like this? Yeah, he's older now. I feel like he's of course aging, but still powerful, just like Trump. After this underwhelming performance of the election, I feel people will be less enthusiastic into 2024. Interesting. Yeah, one of the great things that Trump did was the fever. The people were very enthusiastic. Trump train was a thing that we all wanted to get on, even from Japan. Like I wanted to get on it, right? And he had this, like he created this phenomenon, right? But yeah, Biden kind of made it go away, I guess. I know Second Life have looked into playing it. Yeah, it's fun. You can. Huh?
毎週日曜に
You've never played it.
したり
Oh yeah.
するところとか
Just so you know, just so you know, my producer husband is telling me to tell you that I live stream like this every week on Saturday, 11 p.m. EST ish. So every Saturday. So come hang out with me if you like, streams like this. And also, I now have a series, Conservative 101, like talking about Japanese conservatism and so on. And it's a series that I started recently, and I published 3 videos so far. Fourth video is coming in soon. I have to translate the drafts actually of that series. Is all written by my husband first, and then I translate that into English and I perform. So it's basically my husband's words, but he and I, like, we're the same thing. Basically, like, we think the same, so it's all good. But he's more like, he's a brain. Like, I'm more of a performer, if you know what I mean. Having no problem is a first world problem. Those who have no purpose in their lives end up creating problems so they can solve the very problems they created. That's so deep and so true. I agree. I completely agree with that. Yeah. I think the majority of the voting is okay, but in places where they can get away with cheating, they make things loose. What religions do you have your husband? Do you have your husband have? We believe in Shinto and a bit of Buddhism. Yes. I talked about Shinto a little bit in my latest video, so check that out. Um, okay, the era of wind makes a lot of sense. We seem to be subject to unseen flow in of our system now. Yes, like it's crazy. The timing is just so fit, like exactly like starting from 2020 at the end of 2020, and yeah, it's like COVID time especially made us all work remotely and like we don't even go to work, right? Like depending on your occupation and kind, of course, but like it gave us the option and it's just so loose and so flowy. I don't know the word, but yeah. Is NHK really biased like the BBC? Do they show any good programming or anime? I would hate having to pay for their budget by force with my tax money. Uh, I don't know how intense the bias is with BBC, or but it's pretty. How would I say NHK はどれぐらい偏っているか説明のしょうがないよね。It's hard to explain.
どれくらいっていうか、
だから BBC ぐらい変更報道して。
BBC がちょっとどれくらい
みんなわからんよね。We don't know how biased BBC is, so. さ
CNN ほどではない。
It's not as intense as CNN.
日本のテレビや新聞は基本的にね、
うん
どこの政党を支持するとかしたっていうダメなんですよ。
In Japan, our media outlets, like whether they all do not show the support for any political party.
基本的に
So so they try to be as neutral as possible. They say, but
実際は違う。
but it's not the case. Yeah, because they massively attack the governing party, especially like LDP. Yeah, but at least they show their evidence or their base, like where they're basing their opinion on. They show that at least. Thank you, Yoko-san. Excellent hearing your views as always. Oyasumi. Oyasumi. Yeah, it's getting late there, right? Everybody, is it 10 p.m.? Like, Americans change time. So, what's it? EST time now is 1. And it's so, oh yeah, 10 p.m. EST. That's correct. Thank you. BBC is pretty biased. It's turning 3 o'clock here, so they're gonna, show the coverage of the midterms again. How many times have I seen? It's the 6 times to see the NHK coverage of midterm elections. Oh, Senate is 46 versus 46. Sorry, just checking the news. By the way, I heard that the talking points in this election is different in each party. The Republican side often talks about all the abortion issue and gun control issue and that sort of things, but
あ、放送一緒リパブリカン言ってない。
言ってないの?
うん。
Oh, maybe the Republicans are not saying, so the Democrats are insisting that. So like there's a gap, it's not matching what they're talking about. So that's a problem.
一年民主党がひたすら言ってる。
攻撃するためにね。なるほどね。
共和党はもうそれ決着についた話だ
そっか。もう言わなくていいんだ。Right. Republican side doesn't have to say that because it's already settled. True. So it's the first election since COVID-19 though. So
経済
economy, man. I wonder how it's gonna be, reflected in the result. どこ? Ohio. Yes.
オハイオあれやろ、DB バンセル。
そう。勝ったんだろう。オハイオ。なんかさっき聞いた気がする、そういえば。
今 NHK では勝った。
バーンスになってる。プロジェクティドウィナー。
オハイオはね、大統領選にすごく重要な州だからね。
Ohio, according to my husband, Ohio is an important state when it comes to presidential election. So it's good that Vance won. That's good. オハイオってどっちの州？
スイングステート。
スイングだからか。ってことね。It's a swing state.
大体オハイオで勝った大統領。
なんか言ったな。Wisconsin, Ron Johnson is winning. Yeah, they're talking about swing states, one after another. Pennsylvania, Oz. I don't know, 49 to 48. Do you think Oz will win? Ohio gozaimasu. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you for your super chat. Yoko, I think Carrie Lake just won. Can you confirm? Really? I don't know. Which service should I see? It's not reflected on Google. Let's see. 41 minutes ago, we are going to be patient. Carrie Lake addresses supporters at Arizona GOP post-election event. いやー、わからん。今探しおる。あいつのカリーレイクの見ればいいか。ツイッターを。Let's check Carrie Lake's Twitter. Election update. Brand new election day. Carrie Lake 76%. Wait, why? What is this about? Oh, the area. Still not sure. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you, Yoko's excellent. Oh yeah, I read that. Yoko Nobita says that despite popular opinion, Japan has a weak immigration system and that anybody can come and stay, even though it is often used as an example of tough on immigration. Yeah, there's a loophole. Yes, yes. Mm. Like you can apply for refugees as many times as you want. But now I think they fixed the system though. The problem that we see now is those who are detained in our facilities, those who came here for the wrong visa, the visa expires or something and they have to go back, but they refuse to. So then they are detained, right? And then they try to get away from the facility by getting sick. And sometimes it fails and they die and they complain. Their families complain that it's because of our system or something like that, like Japan is bad. But no, they broke the system, I mean, the rules. So there are consequences, right? But yeah, leftist lawyers and so on here, they give like wrong wisdoms to those people. Oh, like you can get out of there if you become sick or something and get hospitalized. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Ohio is pretty important. Pennsylvania, yes. Japanese is a very pleasant language to listen to. Is it? Oh, oh yeah, I remember your Yoda icon. I love American English though. That's why I'm so desperate to learn, even after 2 decades, over 2 decades. Yeah, because American English is the most beautiful language to my ears, and it's so weird because I hear that people love French, for example. I don't think, no offense, but French language doesn't appeal to me. I'd rather like German language. That, that's cool. Our TV show still has the information of 50% counted in Arizona and Katie Hobbs, 66, no, 56%, and Kelly Lake 44%. I wonder what's gonna happen. Yeah, DeSantis. DeSantis is so like American. Is that his wife? So beautiful. あれ、奥さんかな、めちゃくちゃ美人やん。綺麗ですね。If the Republicans can take control of the House, they will have control over government spending, and we may see a reduction in government spending. Yeah. That it will. We say that like it's gonna be twisted. I don't know the English what you call expression. It's like I'm hearing Japanese and speaking English, so like I'm like getting confused. She's sauce. Your English is pretty good. Thank you. I try. Thank you for the compliment. I wanted to learn Japanese pictorial and Asian languages. Oh yeah, pictorial. I see. Hello. Hello, John. 相手の制度の性質がアメリカは同じやんけ。They're showing the NBC News poll talking about the opposite party will ruin America, and 80 like it's about 80%, like both sides saying the same to the other. Yeah, but how are you seeing this election? What's your take? How's that looking so far? People are saying that it's eventless, though. like I uneventful.
そしてアメリカも引き続き開票の行方に注目が集めます。
Let's retweet one of your tweets.
はい、激戦州のうち2州の状況を見ていきます。
Mhm.
まずはペンシルベニア州です。
Let's see.
開票率は 84%、得票率の差は1ポイントのままとなっています。接戦が続いています。ペンシルベニア州は前回大統領選でも最終盤まで競り合いました。その際は民主党のバイデン氏が勝利を収めました。現在は1ポイントの差で民主党が
Oz. Do you think Oz will win in Pennsylvania? Man, Georgia is gonna. They're gonna have to have an election again. もう一回なるよね、これ絶対。
まあ、少なくとも最終形はどっちが勝っても、
やるよね。うんうん。Happy election day, yeah. I wonder how the voting rate is. Do you think the people? Oh, Oz lost. Pennsylvania. No. That's sad. But it's so competitive. Like it was close. Such a swing state. 日本語はすごく難しいですね。難しいですね。even it's difficult for me even. Let me listen to the Pennsylvania thing.
一方でですね、下院については野党・共和党が議席を積み重ねていますが、多数派の奪還を確実にするまでには至っていません。上院はですね、このペンシルベニア州で当選確実が出ましたので、激戦州8つのうち4つで依然競り合いが続いています。
4 out of 8 swing states still fighting.
バイデン政権や民主党が推進する法案や予算案が議会で通りにくくなることが予想されます。
But Oz was backed by Trump though. So like again, I want to know how many of the Trump endorsed candidates will win. Yogo speaks great and fluent English, but many Japanese conservatives don't bother to learn. Yeah, Shinjiro Koizumi speaks weird English, but at least he tries. Yeah. He's an innocent guy, you know, just doing a politician as a occupation. They're gonna air the coverage again at 4 o'clock p.m. Considering the state of economy and the pre-election polls mentioning the economy is the most important, the outcome leaves me dubious. 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 疑わしい. Yes. Like, but you never know. Like, maybe Democratic Party supporters, they might just swallow the lies from Biden. Hey, Biden says stuff like the economy has never been better, you know, right? Like he says stuff like that, right? That even though the inflation is like record high, like he openly lies. But maybe because he says it confidently that people get deceived. But right now, like if you look at the prices and so on, like you can easily tell that it's like you are facing a problem, right? But maybe because Biden bashes like Russia and China and all these other countries, maybe that people buy that. You know, like they're still like my country, for example, is suffering too, but we know the wrong policies of our governments. So, mm, I guess like America's politics is, it's either Republican Party or Democratic Party, right? Like there are independent people too, but it's like not so many compared to those two. So that's why becomes like dualism, and it becomes fun, when it comes to elections. But like if you think about the politics, maybe it's not working in favor. I don't know. I've never lived in the US, so sometimes like I can of course read the news and analyze in my own way, but still like I don't know what it's like to live in America. So I still am like missing something, when I look at the US politics. Yeah, I was just lost. Yes, I saw that on our news now. After all, is there any blatant cheating going on in these midterm elections? Then I'm relieved. Yeah, I wonder. Hmm. What is the average voter turnout in Japan? You mean our voting rate? If so, then it's around 50%. Like national election, or what you call it, like a city level. Doesn't matter. It's like only half of our population vote. That's what you get if your country is decent. Hmm. Republicans need to challenge some of these election results. Last year's election in Japan was 55.93%. What happened in Arizona and Pennsylvania is unacceptable. What happened in those states? I mean, I saw Pennsylvania. Is Arizona decided? Well, how do I- Still counting, right? What's gonna happen to Cali Lake? It's still. Like, they are so slow at counting, I feel. So the guy that had a stroke won, and why am I in a surprise? He had a stroke? Uncle Festerman is going to release criminals out of Pennsylvania jails, and crime will skyrocket. Oh no. He's gonna do that? Release criminals? Like, that's something that I don't get. Like, of course, people make mistakes, but there are bad people too that you can't just change. I think it's rather like a mental disease, that it's better that they get the cure, at at some kind of facility than being just released. Like sometimes I think that people misunderstand, or I mean they get confused, between freedom and disorder. Like you need freedom exists only with rules, but people don't realize that. Like some people don't realize that, and it's so weird. After this result, I think DeSantis will successfully challenge Trump in the primaries. Yeah. Like, are they still fighting? Like, what happened? Like, what happened to them? I thought that they were good friends, but then I heard that like Trump was not coming to his rally, and I haven't gotten any information after that. Cranberry launchers. What? What is that? People buy the deceit and lies because they like his side and they want to believe the lies. Yes, it doesn't matter the like what the policies are, right? It's just about it's about which side you want to be on, which side you want to be on. Yeah. Hmm. And I wonder if there's a expression like I wonder how to say, like conclusion based. I would say like their conclusion comes first in politics, and that's not politics. Hmm. I'm concerned about the future in which 2 years from now the Democrats will once again disrupt the United States of America with their carefully rigged election plans for presidency. How do isn't there, I don't know, like do you think there will be some cure for that? Like no way to fix that? Like I guess the biggest difference between Japan, my country, and America is that America is a federal government, right? Like it's states. Each state is different, and over here in Japan, each prefecture is the like treated the same. So we accept all the rules, right? But not the case in America. Lie to yourself often enough, and you accept the lies of others much easier. Actually, that's what CCP does. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if there's a English version. A lie well stuck is a lie well stuck to is as good as the truth. Something like that. Like if you repeat a lie 100 times, then it becomes a truth. And it's a famous words, I believe, from someone from Germany. And CCP today does that. They repeat a lies all the time to imprint people, and we feel like it's the truth. And same for territorial disputes too. That they come to our like areas around our Senkaku Islands to show that they own the islands. So they keep doing that in order to imprint us. Mm. Yes, yes, yes. My husband is probably sunbathing right now, or at least trying to. The sun is all the way back there, and you can't really get the sun, but he likes to sit near the windows where you get the sunlight a little bit, just like an old man. You have a lot of people who don't give their opinions because they don't want people on the opposite side to become violent. A lot of people who don't give their oh yeah. What is 2020 17? What is the number? Currently, US politics is heavily driven by radical momentum. Even if you think an issue isn't about race, it ends up being turned into a racial issue. For example, apparently roads are now racist. Isn't that crazy? Um, I shared a video of my friend not too long ago. He has this, I guess he's an influencer here, like YouTuber and TikToker, but he always goes to people that are smoking on the street where it's prohibited. And like he's a Japanese guy, and after the Halloween day, he was cleaning up the place, like the mess, in the city, because there are lots of garbage and so on the street. So he was cleaning up, and he came across a group of foreigners there smoking. So he did the same as he does to Japanese people, and he went to the group of like a colored, I don't even know where they're from, like maybe Asian, maybe Middle Eastern, I don't know, but not black though. And but they were smoking, so he went to them and they were like, I speak Japanese, so you should treat us like Japanese, or like I I don't exactly remember what did they say. Oh, they pay the tax or whatever. Like they were trying to show that they are equal to Japanese people, like pay doing the duties as a Japanese, and they are living there like the rest of us and so on. But he was talking about smoking, which is prohibited in the area. And then they just basically showed the racism card, and they were like trying to fight him like physically, and it was all on the video. But yeah, it's not about racism, it's about following the rules, and they weren't following that. So someone scolded, pointed that out, and those people were upset and showed the race card. So weird. I guess the race card works very well in America or maybe in other developed countries, but actually not here in Japan. Like we have the tendency to think that if you can't even follow the rules, then go back home. that's the that's the way we think. If you can't, like, you don't have to be here, if you hate our country that much, if you can't respect our rules, you know if you can't do that, just go back, because you have your mother country. We didn't ask you to come here, right? So that's how we think. Hmm. It is interesting to note that some Democratic supporters have decided to vote Republican. Oh yeah, I saw that coverage too. That sort of coverage is here in Japan as well. I mean, I saw that on the news. I mean, why not? Yeah, because right now politics is all about the results that they bring, and what like the society that you live in is a result of the current leaders. And so if you don't like what's going on now, then you should stop supporting the administration, right? uh, Super chat. Super chat. Oh, many comments. Thank you for your super chat. Thank you. Oh, thank you. R dollar. Where's that from? Sometimes I don't know the currency. My husband is saying that too. Open source software. Huh. Huh? No. Wait, what? Real? Oh, Brazil? Real? Thank you for your super chat. ブラジルの通貨単位。That's nice. You guys are from all around the world. Brazil, by the way, is like the total opposite of Japan. So when our former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was alive, and when there was the Olympics in Rio, Shinzo Abe became Mario, Super Mario, and he built the pipe to Brazil, went in there, and he became he showed up as Mario. Let's see. Lots of comments. Lots of comments. Where was it? Mm-mm-mm. I can't tell the chirp is coming from outside or TV. It's a real bird. Birds outside, I think. You know. Fetterman is projected the winner over Oz. Oz was just really bad candidate and turned off independent voters. Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, that happens. Massive voter fraud is absolutely happening in Arizona. Arizona is genuinely lost cause, but Georgia actually fixed its nonsense for once. Huh. Then Arizona should follow that, right? Man, Democrats have been doing that already for a few years now. Pennsylvania, Arizona both had election day problems. One ran out of paper, and the other machines rejected ballots. Man, you need technicians at the place, like so that they can't make up stuff. I want to, like, I don't know, like I can't. Of course, like I don't know, so I can't say though. Democrat running against Dr. Oz had a recent stroke and can't speak. What? That is a problem. How's he gonna do the job? Like our leftist party here called Reiwa actually has like national time members or candidates that are in a wheelchair, like those kind of people that are what you call it, like numb. Those people are numb and can move the body and so on. And those are the candidates because they're using our election to perform. But politicians have to be healthy because the job is just intense and it requires lots of your physical energy and also brain power, and you have to be active 24/7 because anything can happen in politics, right? And I just don't get how, sometimes when you like my area, for example, there used to be this good politician here, but he had to retire because he lost the last time. So from now on, we have to choose this area, my home place. Like we have to choose someone from like a lesser of two evils, and I have to do that. Even though I don't like the candidates, I have to pick and choose. If I was super healthy, might have thought of running myself, but I'm not in a good health condition. At least that's what I think of myself. So like, I don't challenge. And plus I like living this way instead of becoming a full time like a politics person. So, but you have to choose. Oh, good night. Oh, you're going to bed. Yeah, I have to end this stream too, I guess. Maybe I'll watch the last 4 p.m. one. Like right now it's past 3:30 p.m. I'm hungry, so you know what time we eat dinner here in our place? It's 5:30 p.m. every day, so it's like dinner time almost. Crazy. Yep, Trump is very competitive and wants DeSantis out of the way. Is that why? Wasn't there any troubles between them? Is it is it only that? I don't think DeSantis will run for politics this time around. Maybe in 2028, but I don't think in 2024. Yeah. Maybe it's too soon for DeSantis. 日本の文化に興味がある。半年間に日本語を勉強している。漢字は難しいです。間違ったらすみません。いや、上手です。素晴らしいですね。完璧じゃないこれ。日本の文化に興味がある。まあ、まあ、ね。 It's perfect Japanese. Confirmed by my husband. Mm, yeah. I guess the Japanese language can be confusing when it comes to, speaking in. 間違っていたら間違っていたらか。間違っていたら。I guess, maybe 間違っていたらすみません。yeah. But 間違ったら if you say 間違ったら like it's gonna be like from now on I'm gonna do something now and 間違ったらすみません。間違っていたら is it shows the state, so you're talking about what you've already done. Speaking of which, I kind of think of I'm a little thinking about, I'm kind of thinking of making like Japanese teaching video maybe, because I keep seeing like somehow YouTube recommends, those English teaching channels to me, and I'm not a native speaker, or, I've never even lived overseas. So like I still make English mistakes, and I don't actually know English well still. So I can't teach English to Japanese people. So then what can I do? I could teach Japanese, right? So maybe I should teach you a phrase or something. But then I would need ideas, like I can't tell what kind of things foreign people would like to know. It's very offensive that Japan has commentators like Umi no and Park Kun who praise the DPJ and thoroughly insult Trump. Yeah, I agree. Yes, those like commentators on our TV, they're not professional at all, And you don't really have to be professional in order to understand politics, but they don't even know. Like they're just biased. And like I'm a conservative person, but I also like I always, make it a rule to check the opposites what the opposite side says and like where they are coming from, so then I can understand objectively. So that's my thing, which is actually I learned that from my husband. But yeah, I do that, but not people on TV here. At least DeSantis has shown he can win big. Trump has shown he can unite the Republicans and actually unite the Democrats. That's actually a good point. I see your point. Yeah. Huh. DeSantis is that good? Hmm. And also, like, if you compare with Trump, of course, DeSantis is way younger, and it's like I think the politician needs the youth, the energy and of like possibilities, like what's gonna happen, like the future, hope for future. So I can see why DeSantis, like, it's not just the way of thinking, the what you feel from the person. And I can kind of sense that in him. So like I would understand if people, expect a lot from him. And like it's a new generation, people are fed up with what has happened, so they want something new and good, right? So and Trump does unite the Democrats. Yes, and as I said, I think that Trump is a businessman, and he's the way that he behaves works well in business probably, but politics is like politics is a little, I don't know, it's such a I can't find the right words, but it's different, right?
ト
Mm.
ランプすごい一番、逆なトランプ一番すごい。
Another missile coming in from North Korea right now towards Japan, probably. Just seeing the breaking news on TV. North Korea launching another ballistic missile to Japan. Probably, yeah. 言いました. My husband is say this, say that. Blah, blah. So like in the meantime, we are like just waiting. Like, oh, is it gonna, is it gonna come here? Is it gonna fall here? I hate this. Like this is our new normal here in Japan. That we hear the news like, oh, another missile coming in. Crazy, right? But we are used to it, and that's the bad part. And our government keeps saying that they're, they're what's the word that I wonder what's the right word in English. But they just show their anger, and they don't do anything to fix that because just to begin with, like we don't have an official military, so like
日本政府が今アメリカにね、トマホーク売ってって交渉してるからね。
そういうこと。そういうこと。My husband just tried to negotiate with you guys. So just now we had the breaking news that North Korea again is launching missiles towards Japan. And so another reason for you to, let us buy your Tomahawk, please. That's a negotiation that we need to have.
もうね、あの前、7、8年前、10年弱ぐらい前にね、
It's less than a decade ago, like to 7 to 8 years ago. 誰の時代？誰の時代？
多分安倍さんだと思うけどね。
いや、アメリカ。
わかんない。
7 to so maybe Obama time. So probably during Shinzo Abe time, but the Japanese government asked America to, sell us Tomahawk missiles, but they wouldn't. Like we were declined. But this,
イギリスにだけ売ってるんだよね。
but America probably sells Tomahawk to the UK only. So we are very desperately wanting to buy. It's not like we just want that. Like we want to buy. We spend money.
多分一発1億円ぐらい。
キャー
1000発ぐらい売ってる。1000億円買う。
待って、1億円って、1億円英語。100 million yen per one shot, probably. I mean, one launch. But 100 million yen is to, なんだろう、1億円ドル。
だからまあ100万ドル。今もうちょっと円安になってるんだけど。1 million dollar。
6、10、100、1000万、10万。60万ですね、今ね。70万ぐらいか。70万、60、no。$68,500. I'm not good with math, like Asians are supposed to be good at math, but I'm not good at math. Oh man.
700,000 dollar.
100,000. DeSantis is 44? Seriously? 待って、スペルができない。デサンティス出てくるんだけど。デサンティスね。はあ、あなた何年生まれ？
51年。
いや、西暦で言ってくるから、アメリカ人と比べるときに。ああ、デサンティスは78年。年下Wow, DeSantis is younger than my husband. What? That's so weird. That is so weird to me. He's such a like American. Big guy. Wow. Younger than my husband. Okay, the North Korean missile already, like, how do you say that? Like, our news source always says like fell or drop. It's not like dropped. It's kind of dropped, but like it's fell, from the sky or something like that. Doesn't use the light, right lingo.
北朝鮮は今月3日にも ICBM 大陸間弾道ミサイル級の可能性があるものを含めた弾道ミサイルを発射したほか
Oh man, it's like destroying the environment too. So environmentalists should be complaining to North Korea, launching missiles and it goes into the ocean. So what's happening to the sea creatures and the environment, to the waters.
つまりしますか
Hmm.
3時間
えなもう終わらない4時まで見るかなSo I'll check the news from 4 o'clock, like in 15 minutes, and then it should last. Wait, 4時なかった気がする。Maybe four... 言ったいや、なかった気がするけど、4時からって。4時、NHK4 時。あるね。ありますね。Okay, so I'll watch the another coverage from like in 15 minutes, and then it's gonna last another 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna end this stream. Okay. Okay. The way to fix election issue is to have paper ballots done in person with voter ID. Yeah. Voter ID would be good because that's what we do here in Japan, and it is sent from the city hall directly, and the city halls know who is alive and dead, of course, so they can't make mistakes. Japan is a parliamentary system based nation, isn't it, Yoko? Yes. Just like what? イギリスに似てんのかね日本は。
まあ、その天皇陛下がいて、
So it's similar to the UK. So like we have our Tenno, our emperor,
だけど
and
二つあるんだ
then
よね
we have the system.
イギリスの場合は会員しかないはずなんだ。
そっか。
貴族院はあるけど、あんまり関係ない。
The UK basically has one, how do you say, house? Japan has House of Councilors and House of Representatives. I wonder, like watching the news, I wonder like why North Korea has so much money to launch missiles like this. Like they've been doing that for a while now, like starting from the end of September, and it's November now, and they've been doing that a lot. I know that they are doing business with Russia now, according to the US report, but like their economy should be bad after COVID, but somehow they're surviving and they're doing all these militaristic things. And the crazy part of this is that Japanese leftists usually are against war and militaristic actions in general, but they never complain to North Korea because they're, I don't know, a lot of them are naturalized and so on, or they're close to them and so on. Okay. Once states went with mail-in, it's very difficult to come back to in-person voting. Both political parties are too entrenched. In order to fix election issues, I think the whole system will have to be dismantled and rebuilt. Yeah, that's true. And that seems like it's unrealistic, right? But you have to do it at one point. But like it's always the case with politics or society in general that we think of things like unrealistic, and the problems keep existing. Who will get to say in what manner the system will be built? True, 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 true. That's so true. Make your life reality. It's still not reality. Reality is not dependent on our understanding nor acceptance of it. Man, you guys are deep. Hmm. Republicans will not trust PM Kishida or Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi. The current Japanese government is a puppet of China and nest of traitors. Yeah. LDP in general is like Komeito is the worst, but LDP too does is close to China. I mean, Japan is right next to China, and in order to boost our economy, of course, like we have to do business with our neighboring countries. So it's natural, and our companies are often like they have factories or branches in China. So recently, though, like for the past year or two or more, some companies are, taking their what you call like a factory or branch from China to move it back to Japan or put that somewhere else. So things are changing a little bit, but yeah, the companies usually can have can give votes to their politicians, so that's why the politicians have to listen to them, and the companies do business with China. So so the system show that the politicians have to listen to the request from China. It's a vicious cycle. Cranberry lunges, what?
うわ、
うん
上院が厳しくなってきたね。
Oh, Senate is getting severe.
民主が48まで来た。
Uh, Dem- oh no.
あと5つ。
Senate is Democrats 48, Republicans 47. Democrats won Pennsylvania. People voted for a man who's yeah.
そうそう。
うん。わ、美味しそう。
ラム肉のビリヤニ。
すごい。Hmm. That's good to hear. The race card doesn't work. I feel the same, and I'm an American. Yeah. The foreigners in the video thought they were in Europe and America, where they could overpower the local populace with the race card. But yeah, when they forgot it's Japan and not the West. Yes, exactly. Things are different here. And Miyako, as I told you before, I live in Arizona. Maricopa County, again, just like in 2020, is having machine issues. Huh? People are now suing that county. They should. That's odd. If it's the same like machine issues as before, then that's odd. Like once you have troubles, then you make sure that it's never gonna happen, and you had years, like 2 years, right? Because the machines, there's only allowing them voters, and you can't even vote back on them. That's crazy. Huh. Are you watching anything good on Netflix? I'm watching Manifest right now. It might be kind of like typical for Westerners, but Manifest, you know, there's this plane goes missing, and they come back 5 years later. And it's in the fourth season now, and it's the final season, and I'm enjoying it. I love that show. It's well written, I think. Like usually, shows like that, like sci-fi and so forth, like, man, this song is so annoying, but I guess I have to watch this. But yeah, it's often like the script has holes, but it doesn't. I don't see any holes in that script. So, and the actors are great. If you don't like it, leave. Apparently, there are better countries out there that will love it. Yeah. Romania. What about Romania? Oh yeah, the currency. The winner for Senate won't be called for Arizona for days, I believe, because of the issue in Maricopa County. Okay. Abe coming out of the pipe as Mario, it was one of the coolest moments in the show. The actual Brazil Olympics, however, was by. Hold on. As Yoko-san knows, there is still a conspiracy theory that former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was not assassinated by Yamagami alone. The Nara Prefecture Police also under assumption. He was he was murdered by Yamagami, but the problem or the suspicion that we have is not the hidden sniper or whatever. That's not the case. But what we can think of is whether Yamagami, the suspect, was working by himself as he claims to, and whether the story that he's given and also the story that is coming out of the police is the actual story. Like we need to see if he was really alone in what he did to assassinate Abe, and whether he whether he did that for the reasons that he says he did. It might be political, you never know. And if there's a possibility, like it's not 0% that CCP is involved. Like we never know. Like that's something that we need to watch out for. Like all this, please do not get influenced by our internet right wings. They spread conspiracy theory all the time. They're bad, like really bad. The conservative people are fed up with their lies. So like it confuses our public opinion, and it's really, really annoying. So a similar situation at Narita Airport a few years ago. A man was stopped at the gate by security for having a bag too big to carry onto the plane. He literally accused him. He accused him of racism. We get stopped too. Yeah, it's no racism. Yeah, that's so funny. Pretty convenient, right? The race card is pretty convenient. And it's bad because I think the racism does exist, for some people. Like there are mean people. Like there are people that have problem with their thinking, and that there is an actual problem, but because of these idiotic people, the actual problem never gets solved, But at the end of the day, though, like you have to accept that some people are just racist. That's what I go with, you know. Carry on. My husband is laughing at the comment. It's funny. Huh? I know he's looking at the different thing. Man, so many comments. I didn't know that. 下から2番目。これ Is that Hide, the producer who keeps walking by the glass door? Yes. Yes. So glad that he actually wore pants. But sometimes he can be in underwear, He's a man. Yep. They're talking about the North Korean missiles again. トランプすごい一番
一番すごい。
一番すごいね。Trump is the best would be トランプは一番すごい。
すごい一番じゃない。
うん、一番すごい。一番すごい。Man, I realized I was reading so slowly. Sorry for that. うーん。
日本に関係する船舶への被害の情報は入っていないということです。
Right, how far did I go?
ICBM、大陸間弾道ミサイル級の可能性があるものも含めた弾道ミサイルを発射したほか、今月5日にも短距離弾道ミサイル4発を発射したと韓国軍が発表しています。
CNN did segments where they talked about the Democrat governor's functioning areas of his brain and non-functioning areas. Oh, I see, I see.
政府関係者によりますと、北朝鮮から発射された弾道ミサイルの可能性がある日本の EEZ、
Okay. The second problem Arizona is facing is that many people from California left that state to Arizona and they continue to vote blue, although Arizona historically being red more than any state. Massive amount of California people left that state to get away from the COVID lockdown. I see.
画面の下では議会上院と下院の状況をリアルタイムで表示しています。 ではその詳しい状況に
Arizona is being turned blue by the same group of people that flee California. I'm glad Texas is still hard red despite the Austin influx of Cali Fugees. Yeah. Yeah, Texas is awesome. I want to visit Texas one day. I will see the traditional America there.
その非改選も合わせた数がこちらです。現在青の民主党は48
Oh, I'm getting sleepy. And it's like daytime here. Your sleepiness is coming to me, you know. I'm spiritual. The way the cat refugees are turning every state, they flee into blue zone reminds me of Red Hot Chili Pepper song Californication. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh gosh, why am I sleepy? Good night, Yoko and husband. Good night. We are seeing the map on TV, of which like red and blue.
下院の定数は435で、すべての議席が改選されます。過半数の118に達した方が多数派です。現在民主党が
The House is Democrats 163, Republicans 192.
激戦州8つのうち
この人よう出てくる。ちょっと毎時間出てきよばい。Nevada. NHK keeps reporting from Nevada like every hour. I see the same face, the reporter face.
先ほどまでラクタール候補本人がこちらの会場を訪れていました。支持者に対し、この選挙で勝つことを確信しているなどと訴えました。ただ、まだ選挙結果は判明せず、支持者の中にはやきもきしながら開票結果を見守っている。
Yoko, if I were president, I'd ask for you to be the ambassador from Japan. Nice. Yes. Nevada is only 35%? Why is it so slow? Oh, that's gonna be an interesting place. The Democrats changing to Republicans. Oh my gosh, I'm getting sleepy. Why? Trump hates DeSantis because he may run against him. Trump believes that it is disloyal to run against him in the GOP. Oh, I see. Well, that's I can see where Trump is coming from, though, in that sense, because he prepared everything for the Republican side, like at least for the movement right now. I'm so happy to see Trump's face. Like he's old, but he's very active, and, like very energetic. And man, Trump's teeth are so white, like super white. That's awesome. I wish I had those teeth, man. So beautiful. Let me watch the news a bit. They're showing Warnock, Georgia. こう Walker 勝ってほしいなこれ。I really want Walker to win. It does affect the presidential election, right?
ただ、州内の共和党支持者の集会の中には、
うん。
日本時間午後1時に解散したところも、
う
支
ーん。
持者たちは、もう出てた
うーん。
もう決まらない。
もう決まらない。So Georgia, in some places, the supporters of Republicans just went home like 3 hours ago because Republican side will win and just went to sleep. Japanese is a strange language because even if I learn it, it's spoken completely differently in other regions. Am I right, Yoko? Yes, you are right. It's I mean, we try to speak in like a standard tone, but we can't hide it. So even I often get misjudged as somebody from Tokyo or Kanto area, but still I know that my like so-called intonation, like ups and downs, have like what you call it, like an accent. I can't hide it well. But it works well though, because when Chinese people or Russians when they try to, when they pretend to be Japanese, they fail. Like we can instantly tell that they're not from here. And whatever the dialect is, like it becomes not unnatural usually. So it's very difficult for foreigners to learn. Even we have a hard time. Like if you are from another prefecture, people can just see like, oh, something's off, and that's what dialects are for. In order to protect your community. But yeah, it sucks for foreigners, I guess. But it's the same for American English style. Like I know that you guys can easily lose me with your language.
はい、激戦州は8つのうち半分が決まっています。8つすべて見ていきます。
Okay, now they're going to talk about Arizona. 51% counted.
この時点では民主党のケリー氏がリードしています。
They're going to talk about swing states, 8 swing states. And Wisconsin, 93% counted. And slightly, the Republican side is winning. Ron Johnson, he's 51%. Mandela Bond, 49%. Ohio, 97%. JD Vance wins.
民主党の下院議員を10期務めたライアン氏を退け、当選確実となりました。続いて
And Georgia is just equal in 97%.
両者の得票率は 49% のままとなっています。ジョージア州ではいずれの候補も
I really love how the essence of subtlety plays a huge part in Japanese language. Like one single word can have multiple meanings depending on its said in region. Oh, so true. Yes.
今回も民主党です。
Oh, New Hampshire Democrats.
議席を守り、トランプ氏が支持する
Yoko teach Japanese, teaches how to pronounce the word slowly, do we? Oh, yeah. Oh, pronunciation. Good idea. Nevada 40% counted. That's so slow. What? I wonder why it's so different in each state. North Carolina, 96% counted, and the Republican Ted Budd won. First Japanese lesson, Japanese political terms. I should do that. Yeah, politics related expressions would be nice, right? Pennsylvania Fetterman. Yeah. どうもありがとう、ロバートさん。You don't make enough English mistakes for me to detect. I think you sound fun. Really? Oh, that's so nice to hear. And sometimes I have to say that when I want to tweet, the English grammar is something I struggle with. So sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna tweet that because it's confusing. That happens. So I need to just challenge though. Yeah. さよなら、ヨコさん。Oh, he went to bed. I think it's time for DeSantis over Trump. Oh, yeah. I think this is like it depends on who you ask. So I'm actually interested in how American people, like on the conservative side, is thinking. But yeah, I guess he's 44. DeSantis is 44. Oh, New York Times is saying red wave is not happening. That's harsh. Of course, it's New York Times. But I do feel like it's like it could be reflected in numbers. But maybe it's just slow. Yeah. I wanted to see Red Tsunami, man. But right now, it's like Biden is just, it doesn't have much presence, and Trump is not really in the picture. Like he is, but not really like as massively as before. So, like, it's no drama happening. So, it's kind of weak. The election just itself. And when it's weak, people lose interest, and that's bad. So the analysis that's introduced is that it's not the red wave isn't as strong as we thought, but if the House is dominated by Republicans, then that's going to be a good night for Republicans. DeSantis will hurt. Trump run better than he doesn't run, then run. Yeah, the timing is difficult, I guess. Yeah. North Korean major government locations to get taken out. Yeah. North Korea knows how to hide well, though they go underground. So it's hard to detect. But I guess America has lots of information. But anyway, the coverage ended and we still don't know the results, and it's like, especially in swing states, and it's like not good. But I gotta go soon now, or soon, or I mean now. Why is North Korea provoking Japan? Because of the mortgage Japan? Yeah, basically, like we are sending message militarily towards China, but North Korea is on the same direction, and of course we are the enemy of North Korea too. So yeah, they're just doing stuff. Okay, as much as I want to read, sorry, I'm such a slow reader, but I'm not a native speaker, so I hope that you understand. And if you want me to notice fast, then super chat is the way to go. It's a win-win, right? But yeah, I always love reading your comments. It's very interesting, But actually going to hit, would you know the difference between that and a missile just flies over? Would you be given? We do have an alert. Alert. Yeah, alert. Like a digital alert that we receive on our phone, and it's active, but we only have a few minutes to hide because North Korea is just right across the ocean. So, and we are saying that we should, prepare shelter, and the government is talking about it too, but it's not actually realistic. So I don't know what's gonna happen, to be honest. Okay, man, I wanna answer more, but please come back on Saturday, 10 p.m. EST. Okay, because my husband is like so ready to go to the grocery store with me. Of course, it's dinner time in an hour. Yeah, interesting questions. I see lots of interesting questions. Sorry, I was so late, like slow at reading. I'm just scrolling down to see. Okay. Wow. Trump isn't done yet. He needs his revenge. Yes. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for coming to this stream. Every single one of you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really enjoyed it talking to you guys. And I do live streams every Saturday at 10 p.m. So, yes, in in 4 days, please come back at 10 p.m. Okay. And in the meantime, stay. Thank you. So in the meantime, you miss me, please reach out on Twitter at randommiyoko. Okay. Okay, you guys, thank you for sticking with me, till very late at night over there. Yeah. You guys should sleep. Okay. See ya, Janet. Yes. Thank you. You two have a good night. I'm gonna go. Okay. Yeah, me too. I enjoyed it too. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon enough. Okay. Okay. Bye.